Hi friends, I'm back with another journaling video, and this time I'm just going to show you my 2018 art journal, and it's one of my favorite journals I've ever done, so I just really wanted to share it with you guys. I have a little announcement at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around for that. As you can see, my journal from last year is pretty dirty, especially the spine. I brought it all day in my backpack for school because I would put my assignments in it. So once you open my journal, you can see this good times photo. I don't know who to credit for this. I'm sorry, but most of the stuff here are just from Pinterest. And I know that's not the best, but it's what I did last year. And the next page is sort of just a goals page, wherein the first chunk is like a little essay, I guess, on like what I want to accomplish, who I want to be. And at the end, it's just like a little check box, X box? It's not a check, it's an X. Okay, whatever. But like, so I just wanted to cross out the stuff that I got done. And as you can see, most of them were not accomplished. So the next page is just like the books I wanted to read. So these are the shows and anime I watched last year. I'm pretty sure I finished majority of them. I just didn't put an X. And on the right side is a mood tracker. If you don't know what a mood tracker is, you basically like assign a color to a mood that you had that day. And then you make 365 squares, and every day you get to see how you feel. And it didn't work for me. I just felt like I changed my mood too many times in a day, and like it looked ugly, and I didn't see like what it was doing for me. So this is my calendar for January, and of course I put some dried flowers and a little doodle and a little doggo sticker. This was the first time I had a journal without any like guide. Like I would always have one that said like the dates or like remarks, or you know, like it wasn't just a notebook with dots on it. But then, so because of that, I really didn't know how to place things yet, and sometimes this notebook looks pretty messy. But I'm learning, I learned, and this year my journal's better. And as you progress into this journal, you'll see that I get more comfortable with it. So I also started doing some watercolor in this. I started painting more, and that's when I discovered that like this paper is pretty good. Like it doesn't really seep through. I would also use some Faber-Castell colored pencils, the ones that like turn into watercolor. So I would just like add a little bit of water. And I would write so much more in this journal compared to my one now. I think I had so much time because I had like that 5-month summer. Some pages here are filled out by my friends. So like here my friend drew a little character and wrote some stuff down for me to remember. And of course, like always, I would collect little show tickets or movie tickets or whatever event I'm going to. If they have a ticket, it's probably here. I would also allot a whole page just for like a doodle or a drawing. I feel like it would break up like the repetitive journal entry. It's nice to have like some different pages. I would also do this like month in review thing wherein I put whatever I was listening, planning, watching, reading, wearing, drinking, eating, making, starting, and finishing of the previous month. So like here, I was listening to Football Club last month. I was planning college and summer. I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And here, like what I would do before, I would make it by week. So like here it says week 3. And I would put workout and dog walking because that's what I wanted to accomplish in the week. It just helped me keep track of my habits too, but then I don't do that anymore. I really like this yellow spread. I really like the tones in this one. And I think like the browns and yellows and the off-whites like really go together. And like my little doodle, I miss doodling so much. Also, if you don't like what you've done, you can just cover it up with like a receipt. So that's why I do this also. Gosh, I used to write so much. Another thing I would do, I would get a photo that's like a set, I guess, or like that are related to each other. Keep them the same size, usually square. And I would just put them beside each other to break up all the text. Because sometimes too much text doesn't look that good. Oh, and this is my graduation. This is one of my favorite spreads I've ever done. It's just like a big collage of all my photos from graduation and grad ball, and of my class, of my friends, the people that watched my graduation, the people that went with me to the after party, and it's just really nice to look back on. I would also start drawing on different papers and eventually cutting it out and pasting it on my journal because I wouldn't always have time. So whenever I'm out, like in class, I would draw on my notebook and then cut it out and paste it here. Oh, this is when I first went to Comic-Con. Comic-Con? I thought it was called Comic-Con. Okay, whatever. And I just got these stickers and they're so pretty and cute. This was like my very first time in like a local art event. And it was just so cool, like buying from the actual artists and seeing their faces when you buy it. So like yeah, here I don't doodle like this anymore, and that makes me kind of sad. Like I know I'm doing more realistic stuff now, but then it was so chill to just do like some cute doodles of girls in like big jackets. I should do that more. Okay, and sometimes I would forget the next day would be the next month, so I would just smush a little calendar on one page. And here, this is my May calendar, and I just put like some makeup and clothing and hair inspiration girls on the side. Wow, I used to write so much. Like this whole spread is just for one event, and I really went in depth with this. So I really like putting like the cut out pictures in different shapes because I think it just like really makes it more interesting instead of just having it in squares or rectangles. And of course I started putting my dried flowers. This one was just from my village. And I would also put like whenever I would go to Comic-Con, I would get the calling cards of some artists and I would just put them here because they're so pretty. Again, more collages. This is just like a recap of the few months that have passed, just to like remind me like, hey, this is what you did in those few months. So like here I was with Sancha and Elijah, I was with Seth. This is when Seth was first getting his apartment. I went to the beach, we were setting up my room. And this is like a little movie review on Lady Bird because I had so many feelings for this movie. So then I had like a whole page dedicated to it. And I just put like how I felt, how I liked this, did this, or like what I didn't like, and everything it made me realize. More watercolor. And this is my trip to LA last year. So like I went to Dominic Ansel Bakery, so I got their calling card, I put it here. I went to Amoeba Music. They gave like free stickers when I bought some CDs. And then I went to VidCon, and this is just a little paper they give you to get your photos online. So like here I met Jack Howard and Dean Dobbs, and it was so freaking cool, and they signed my journal, and I don't know, it was so surreal. It was crazy. That was so freaking crazy. And the next page, ta-da, it's Conan Gray. I mean, like, it's his signature. And I don't know, I cried right after meeting him. It was so fun. And I covered this page because I found it so ugly, because like it's so messy and everywhere, and so that's why I just keep big things so you can cover up your ugly pages when you want to. So in Russia we went around a lot of castles, a lot of museums, and our tour guide was super interesting, and I wanted to remember everything he was saying, so I wrote down all the stuff he was saying about their history so I could remember it. So here, the bookmark page has a bunch of things I want to learn more about. So like here, I put Russian history, how to football, Monty Python, Wes Anderson. And I put some prompts like for songs or drawings or maybe films in the future. Like, I can only cry in my dreams. Oh my god, these are so emo. I'm not gonna read these. And then I put here like a you're not bored. It just means like I'm not supposed to be lazing around. I'm supposed to be doing this stuff. So I did like paint my room, plant and food documentaries, write a song, learn guitar, practice piano. And I put some movies to watch because I was just about to enter film school and I was very scared because I felt super inexperienced. So I thought I should watch some really good films. And I didn't finish everything, but then maybe less than half. But I transferred some of this onto my next journal so I can just accomplish them this year. And of course I added some more photos from the trip. just to have some memories of them that aren't on my phone. And this is when I started also cutting off the right side of my journal side, because my handwriting gets so ugly because my wrist has nothing to rest on. So as much as possible, I put like a little border of like a paper or a photo or a drawing so that I don't have to write on that side of the paper. And here there's some more movies to watch, and I watched a lot of movies in Cinemalaya Film Fest last year, and I just wanted to put like which ones I liked, which ones I didn't like as much, which ones I super understood, which ones made me cry, and it's just super interesting to keep track of those things. And again, I think this is just acrylic with some white pen. Oh, and this is where Seth would draw and it would ruin the entire aesthetic, but it's okay. So he drew like Chicken Little and an octopus. And this is when I started painting like the background of the pages first before writing my journal entries, just to like have a color scheme for the spread. And I don't know, like it makes everything look more artsy and less boring and more colorful, which I really like. And so since I was in college, now I had to do so much homework, and I had to allot this entire left side to homework for that week. Maybe like the next 2 weeks, I don't know. And so since I was starting college also, I didn't know how to allot time for journaling anymore. I wanted to sleep and do my homework and be with friends, and I had no time to spend like 3 hours at my desk finishing my journal. So this will look very messy. Oh, and this is when I first started to draw, like not super cartoony. It's not super realistic, but it's not like as cartoony as my normal drawing. So this was like a big step for me. And I really started shading more, you can see that. This is also when I started doing my monthly to-do lists, because I would get too overwhelmed if like I want to get this done over the year. Like I wouldn't know the small steps. This is just a page to unload all my feelings because I had so many feelings. So I didn't decorate it. Another collage, but this time it includes my college friends now. And this is the page where I had my crisis of like my whole, what's my art style? I've lost my style. Oh, I can't draw anymore. And I don't know. I know I shouldn't pressure myself with an art style. I'm gonna find it, and I'm finding it now. Like it'll just take time, and I just have to keep exploring it. I just didn't know if I wanted to draw like this or like that, and I don't know. I have to stop pressuring myself about that stuff. And this spread was too messy, so I just put a big paper over it. I don't know what this is. Like I think this is from school. I don't know. Oh gosh, this gets so messy. This gets so messy. But yeah, I really like this one. This is just like my second, I think, realistic-ish drawing, and I really like how the colors came out. And here I'm starting to get used to drawing that way. And I think this is like the collage for like the last 3 months of the year or something. Like this is when I got my student's license. This is when I was starting to get closer to my block. This is when like a bunch of my high school friends and I would meet up during the booze or birthdays. So these are the things I've learned that year. And of course I put a 2x2 picture of me just for my future self to remember what I looked like at the time. Okay, and yeah, the end. Hi, hello, just a little announcement. I just want to say I'm now selling prints to people in the Philippines. I'm sorry it's only local for now, but then I still have to figure out shipping and stuff. So anyway, so you can see the prints that I will be selling. I'll probably just put them over here. You can also follow my art IG, Anya Art, ANYUGH Art. And so yeah, that's where I put all my digital stuff. And everything digital can be bought from me. You just have to DM me. The prices are pretty cheap, just ask. And so they come in 2 sizes. This is the big size. This is like an 8x8 inches. And this is the little 4.5 by 4.5. So I'm doing meetups in Taft and in the Magallanes area. So that has no delivery charge or whatever. But if you want me to bring it to your place, then that will get a delivery charge. But I promise it's worth it. Please support me. Please support local. It would just mean a lot to me if you guys would DM and order some stuff. If you like it, of course. So yeah. just wanted to update you guys on that. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Okay, goodbye.